Don't call me Superman if you haven't found my kryptonite.
What is going on YouTube? It is the BK Cops 360 here, and oh boy, apparently Sony is actually planning on coming out with the PS4.5 or a PS4K at the end of this year. So it kind of around 3 years following the launch of the PlayStation 4 itself. Now guys, this is still a rumor, so don't actually think that, you know, this is definitely going to happen, but it's honestly a big rumor. It's a possibility, and apparently there have been studios working with Sony to actually implement this at some time in the PS4, you know, like product process, product life cycle. So the fact that we are actually gonna see this is kind of worrying, because look guys, the PlayStation 4 launched look, the date say 29th of March 2016. The PS4 launched about a bit over 2 years ago, and already we're talking about a PS4.5. Now let me get into the issues first of all with this. Number one, people are gonna feel ripped off, straight up, flat out. They're gonna feel ripped so hard. I mean, it's not like it's been 4 or 5 years. It's literally gonna be 3 years if this actually launches in the US holiday of 2016. 3 years only. 3 years. Now, this is pretty funny because about 2 years ago, not long after the PS4 launched, I was thinking, you know, look, the PS4 and the Xbox One, both consoles aren't that powerful, and they're not going to last as long as the PS3 and the Xbox 360 did, in which they lasted around 8 years, and probably are going to be supported for up to 10. However, 3 years until there's going to be at least half a replacement, that is just screwed up, man. A PS4.5, it's nuts if Sony actually do this. Look, continuing on, there's going to be no continuity in this video. I'm just going to be blabbering on because this is insane. You're going to have games which run differently on what is essentially the same console. Like, they're going to have different graphical settings. The PS4.5, I'm not sure if developers are going to be bothered to like make the game run better on the PS4.5 than on the PS4 and then on the Xbox One. I mean, it's just more development time for the devs, makes it harder for them. Some people are saying, oh, you know, the PS4.5 will mean that PC will be held less back. No, that's not going to happen. It's going to be the same old shit. Look, even if this console does actually launch, it's not like Sony is going to get a massive, like, base out of it. I mean, I'm just predicting, but I honestly don't think it's going to happen. Now, look, before I even get into that, let me talk about what the PS4.5 or the PS4K actually is. Now, it's essentially supposed to be kind of like a midway improvement over the PS4, and it's supposedly going to run games not natively at 4K, because, God, there's no way Sony will have the hardware to run 4K games natively within that small form factor and at $400 US. But they're pretty much going to be running 1080p games upscaled to 4K. So using upscaler, pretty standard. I mean, everyone knows what upscaling is. It's not as good as 4K, but it still looks pretty decent. It still obviously looks better than 1080p. But yeah, I mean, damn, this is gonna be pretty insane. I don't know what parts that Sony is gonna be using. Sorry, maybe AMD is gonna be launching one of their Polaris chips, which are coming out this year, into this PS4.5 or into this PS4K. If that's the case, and I wouldn't really be surprised, but I mean, other than that, there's nothing really special about it. I guess it's still $400 US, which is good if it launches once again. I keep saying if because I'm not sure if it's actually going to happen, because if it does happen, it's just absolutely nuts. But getting back to the issues with this, no one really like cares about what it's actually going to do. Pretty standard. It's in the name. PS4K runs games upscale to 4K. There's already games apparently being made for it, but I don't know. Take it with a grain of salt, regardless. Continuing on, sorry. What else? What other issues are going to be there? People are going to feel ripped off. Sorry. It's going to make it hard for developers. Thirdly, is it really like cost effective for Sony to do this? Let's be honest, guys. How many people are actually going to go and buy this? Not a lot of people have 4K TVs. 4K is nowhere near mainstream at the moment. Now, of course, 4K TVs themselves are actually reducing in price, but I honestly don't think that we're at the point where games are going to be like it's 4K ready all of the time, if that makes sense, especially console games. I mean, the PS4 struggled pretty hard to run games at 1080p. this PS4K or whatever it's going to be called better be pretty damn good, because it's not going to be running AAA games at 4K. Obviously, I did talk about the whole upscaling thing, so that is going to be like an additive. It's going to make it easier for the PS4.5 to run those games, but at the same time, it still takes a lot of performance to run a game upscaled at 4K. It's not very easy. It's not like running at 1080p, then all of a sudden the pixels are just magically like condensed to make it upscale to 4K. No, it doesn't work like that. It does obviously still take more graphical power, more GPU power, more CPU power, and of course it's probably going to be an APU, so more APU power. But yeah, guys, I mean, I really don't know what to say. If this happens, I'm honestly just going to be shocked. I really am going to be shocked. So I don't really have much else to say. I'm kind of just blubbering on at this point, because it's kind of just weird, this entire situation. I mean, really, Sony, PS4.5, this is like, honestly, this is nuts. People are being ripped off here, man. I feel bad for anyone who bought a PS4 on launch day, man, because they would have expected to get at least 3 years until there was any kind of replacement. But if we're going to be doing this, then I don't really know. Look, maybe you guys like it. Maybe you guys actually do like the idea of a PS4.5, a more powerful PS4. But at the same time, guys, like, it's just ethically and morally, is it even right for them to do it? It's kind of just weird. And it's like they're going to be running fucking games at native 4K anyway. It's like it's an upscaled 4K. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. So look, guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I really do want to know what you guys think in particular. That's what I'm really like worried about. Well, that's what I really want to know. Don't worry about my opinion. What's your opinion? Tell me down below. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and look, the Big K will see you later.